Seconds, we're live.
We're live now. Hold on. So, hello, it's the Lisper Podcast. I'm your host, and the co-host is here. You can see it. This is the co-host is here.
Oh yeah, I got a co-host too.
Well, there you go. Good luck.
Oh yeah, I don't need it.
But I don't introduce my guest, Sean. So you gotta introduce yourself.
Oh really? That's what we do here. Well,
yeah, you introduce yourself.
Man,
you tell the people who you are, what you want them to know.
Terrible host. You got to introduce your guest. All right. Well,
I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing bad about my guests. I want them to tell the people who they are and what they want the people to know, not me.
Oh, all right. That's how you do this? Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's how I do it.
We're just, me and Tyrone work together. Tyrone's not going to tell you that because he's a horrible host. So how about the other night, Tyrone, when we got robbed for our chicken?
that was wild.
Have you told anybody how we got punked for the chicken?
We didn't get punked. The Royal Farms got punked because we ended up with free chicken. Remember? So
I got stood up, man. She owned me. I never got owned like that. She walked up, said, "That's mine." God damn. So we went to Royal Farms to get some meat, and the lady walks up, and there's food on the counter. And I opened the box because I just only had chicken. And she walks up and she goes, "No, that's my food. That's my food. Put it back." Proceeds to take all the food off the counter. Meanwhile, she didn't pay for a goddamn thing and just basically walked up and told us that it was hers. And Royal Farms had to give us free chicken. And she walked out like she owned the shit. She had a bag and everything. She planned that out, dude. She went to the counter, fucking paper drinks. She has that scam down. She goes to the counter, pays for one drink, gets a bag, and owns it. I'm going to start doing
what I said, though? But I always said if I was homeless, that's what I would do. I said if I was homeless, I'd never be hungry. I would go in places and steal food.
Panera Bread, Chipotle, anywhere they put their food over there on the counter for just the DoorDash. As soon as it hits, you know what I mean? DoorDash, you just got to be quicker than a DoorDash guy. Yeah. Ain't nobody sitting there just waiting. So
here's what happened. What do you want to say? Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to move on to the fact that after last night that you're telling me you're a Yankees fan because your Braves don't play in October with your Tomahawk. Yeah. You said it last night. I'm a bandwagon fan. I'm a Yankees fan now. I'm rooting for the Yankees to win the World Series. But listen, my Phillies are much better.
I'm not a Yankees fan, okay? What happens is y'all fair weather, y'all bullshit fans, y'all are fugazi because y'all fans of teams just because y'all live in a town. I think that's fugazi. I think if you're gonna be a fan of a team, you should really like that team. You should really be interested in that team. You should be a real fan. You shouldn't just be an Eagles fan because you fucking live in Philadelphia, okay? And yeah, I did say, and everybody does it, Sean. If you have a team you root for, when the Eagles are out of the playoffs, let's just say the Eagles, right? When the Eagles are out of the playoffs, there's still more playoff teams left. Don't you root for another team?
Oh,
you don't do that? You just say fuck football after that?
You know what I mean? I like a dark horse sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
I said the other day.
The Braves are out.
Yeah, the Braves are out. The Braves don't play in October.
So now I want the Yankees. It's business, bro.
Last week it was, I don't know who it was. But yeah, now you're rooting for the Yankees. This is a travesty.
I have to root for the teams that are still in. I can't root for the Braves if they're not in there.
I understand, but didn't we have the same debate though? I told you last week. I said I like wild card teams. I don't like teams that rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just sucks, No. What are you gonna do?
So what are you? So a Phillies fan is about to root for the Mets. That's what you're saying?
No, not at all. I'm not doing that.
The Mets is the wild card team. You like them?
I just said that because they're hot. That's all. Like I said, I don't like cold teams. I don't like teams with rest. I said that to you. I could go for any sport. I especially like that in football.
So anyway, the reason why we're here is because I always say anybody can be on the podcast. I offer people to come on here all the time, and nobody steps up to the plate. And Sean's decided to step up to the plate. And me, being the good host that I am, said, hey, whoever comes on my show can pick the topic. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about. And this fool, who knows me, who's known me for a few years, and he has a brother that I watch wrestling with, that I go to wrestling events, that I've been to wrestling events with and stuff like that. And he decided to pick a wrestling topic against me. I didn't think that was too bright, but this is what he wanted to do. So go ahead and tell the people what you decided to try to come challenge me with.
Well, it's a really good debate. It's Mick Foley's best personality, best tag team partner, and best match. Now, this fool over here, the Fugazi fan, he's going to pick Cactus Jack. He's been taunting it all week. Now, I told him I'm picking Mankind. So, I mean, it's your show, Tyrone. I'm going to let you kick this off of why did you pick Cactus Jack, and why do you think Cactus Jack is the best personality?
Okay, first of all, when you want to talk about legendary shit, right? And you want to talk about people and their legacies and all of that shit, no one says fucking Mankind, okay? When people talk about Mick Foley, it's either Mick Foley or it's Cactus Jack. Nobody brings up Mankind. Nobody mentions Mankind. Mick Foley's legacy is Mick Foley. That's his legacy, right? Because later on in life, he became Mick Foley, and they started calling him Mick Foley on wrestling, Mama's Baby Boy, and all that shit. So Mick Foley is his legacy, right? But if anybody else got asked a question to name someone else, like name something else with his legacy, it would be Cactus Jack. No one would say Mankind. So even legacy-wise, he's made his legacy as Cactus Jack. See, what you don't understand is Cactus Jack in ECW is an ECW legend, right? And Mick Foley is a WCW legend. What is Mankind?
Mankind is the best wrestler ever to be around. You better shut your mouth when you talk about Mankind, because Socko is gonna get you.
Oh my God, you cheating! You cheating! You gonna go get a prop? You need help. But tell me,
what do you mean? This is my co-host. I got multiple co-hosts. I got a bottle Blaines. Okay. I got Socko. What do you got? Where's your barbed wire bat at?
Man, okay, but here's the thing. So, like I said, Cactus Jack is a ECW legend. Mick Foley is a wrestling legend and a WWF legend. What is Mankind? He's not legendary.
Mankind. What is Mankind? Other than the greatest personality of Mick Foley, he's a guy who went places that Cactus Jack dreamed about. Okay? He never even thought about climbing that cell and doing the Jimmy Snooker. All right? Mick Foley, now Mick Foley seen Jimmy Snooker do that in Madison Square Garden. He was in attendance. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
All right. So that's how deep Mick Foley is. But the persona he could have done that with Cactus Jack. He could have paid tribute to Jimmy anytime he wanted. But he chose that moment on the cage when he jumped.
Let me explain something. Let me explain something to you. First of all, he didn't jump. He was thrown. That's number one. And number two, and this is a good explanation to explain something to you, right? Cactus Jack was an ECW legend. He came up in ECW. He came up in hardcore wrestling. He came up somewhere. He was not a Vince McMahon creation. And that's the only reason why Mankind exists. Vince McMahon is one of those guys that says, hey, if I didn't create you, I kind of don't want you coming into my company as another creation that I didn't make, right? So when Vince McMahon got the chance to get Mick Foley to his company, he wasn't going to bring him in as Cactus Jack because that wasn't a Vince creation. And that's the only reason why he became Mankind, is because Vince didn't want Cactus Jack. You understand what I'm saying? So him hitting the mainstream and all that has nothing to do with the character of Mankind. It has something to do with Vince wanting Cactus Jack, but not wanting to use Cactus Jack because of Vince's fucking ego.
You're not wrong. that we all know is the Vince show. Okay, everybody knows that, and Vince, you're 100% correct in saying that. All right, that is a very true statement. But Cactus Jack did make appearances in the WWF.
That was later. That was after,
But
like,
he still used them. It's kind of, you know what I mean? They took a new approach to it.
You know why he used them? You want to know why he used Cactus Jack? Because Mankind was fucking stale, dog. Mankind got stale, brother. That's why he used Cactus Jack. Listen.
Everybody gets stale.
No, they don't. Because Stone Cold, once he became Stone Cold Steve Austin, I know he was Stunning Steve before that, but once he became Stone Cold Steve Austin, he found that persona, he kept it. Once The Rock went from Rock Maivia to The Rock, he kept that persona. Brock Lesnar kept his persona. John Cena kept his persona. You know what I'm saying? So certain guys just have that it, and they can keep it. Mankind couldn't keep it. Okay? Undertaker couldn't even keep it. Remember, Undertaker got stale.
Yes, but what do Mankind and the Undertaker have in common? They
got stale. That's what they have in common.
Well, yeah, they both got stale, but they had rebranded. But they both came kind of from that Paul Bearer, dark, air, darkness. That was about that. The characters got old. But
here's the thing.
Credit the fact that his personality, his matches, everything he did was just way better than Cactus Jack. Now, Cactus Jack, I'll give you credit for it, is the toughest personality. He probably is the best personality because he is so brutal. So I'll probably chop this one up as Tyrone gets a point for the best personality because there is no Mankind without Cactus Jack, no Dude Love, right? But aside from that, what matches does Cactus Jack have that were on the level of Mankind?
First of all, let's just revert back, right? You're the Mankind you're talking about is not even real Mankind. You understand? He kept the name, but he didn't keep the persona. That guy that had Mr. Sacco with the tie and the shirt on, that wasn't Mankind for real. That just became that he just kept the name. But that wasn't really Mankind. The Mankind that came to WWE was a guy that had on a mask and a fucked up outfit and was like a weirdo, crazy dude. He couldn't keep that persona going. So even though he didn't change the name, he changed the persona. Mr. Sacco and that guy, that Mick Foley guy, was great. But they didn't have, because he evolved in the WWE arena. He didn't get a chance to evolve with Cactus Jack. So Cactus Jack had to stay the same character the whole time. He didn't get a chance to evolve. Mankind did evolve, but he evolved into something that totally wasn't what he started with. He had to literally change his whole character.
You can't evolve Cactus Jack because Cactus Jack is just a sadistic person. Cactus Jack is the guy who fought Sting and didn't even want to fight him for the belt. He just wanted to beat up Sting in WCW. All right.
Okay.
So you can't evolve Cactus Jack. He's a one-off. That's like, you know what I mean? Where would Charles Manson be? You know what I mean? Like, if Charles Manson started to go nice, like, how much crazier can you get? That's it. That was the end. Mankind is the personality that could evolve. Yeah. Well, what was Dude Love going to fall out of love? You know what I mean? Then you got Cactus Jack. If he does that, you got all the angles covered, baby.
Let me just address this comment real quick. My brother, Michael Armstrong Ryan, going there and say, here you go slandering my guy's name again. Whose name I'm slandering? We are, this is because we are giving tribute to Mick Foley. I'm just saying Mankind wasn't better than Cactus Jack. I don't know where the slander's at, but no, okay.
This is a fun debate. We love Mick Foley. We love it.
Yeah.
And like I just said, I think you got a point there with Cactus Jack being the best personality. But
okay,
give me the match. Come on, give me your match that is that is the definitive Cactus Jack match that makes. Come on, let's hear it. What's the definitive Cactus Jack match?
So I can go to ECW and I can go before the mainstream and I can go to all his matches with like Terry Funk and the Terry Funk.
Okay, so you're going to go to Terry Funk in the barbed wire match with the terrible explosions, right?
No, but time out. But because you picked Mankind and because you want mainstream and because you think that that you can have a mainstream WWE match better than all that ECW stuff, because we're not gonna deny that ECW didn't have the quality of a WWE production. Even though those matches were great, the quality was terrible, and we all know that. We can admit that.
Okay, but that gives you a whole batch of WCW matches.
But I'm saying ECW, WCW, whatever. The quality wasn't the same. So in order to match the quality, I'm gonna tell you this. Cactus Jack came back, and you said he was in WWE. Cactus Jack came back to WWE, and he had a match, a Hell in a Cell match with Triple H, which is probably Mick Foley's greatest match in WWE. Okay. And it was it was brutal. It was fucked up. It was everything that every other match was with him, but it was extensively better than most of his other matches because of a reason. Mick Foley Cactus Jack actually got to wrestle in that match with Triple H. He actually got to show that although Mick Foley's a brute, although Mick Foley came up in hardcore shit, that Mick Foley actually knows how to wrestle.
Okay.
And that's different.
Well, okay. Well, if that's your critique, I'm not saying this is my match. Then I'm saying that set it over the top, because we'll get there. We know when that match happened, we'll talk about it. But if you want to say just pure wrestling, then why don't you say I think it was 97 versus Shawn Michaels? Mankind just wrestles Shawn Michaels. It wasn't a hardcore match really, but it was a good wrestling expedition. Am I correct? Would you say that as well?
Correct.
Okay, so we could say that, all right, they both can really wrestle. But for just sheer spectacle, just sheer chaos, you know what I'm picking, okay? It's 98, Hell in the Cell. Mankind goes from the top onto the table. They take him out. He comes back. Undertaker has a broken foot. They hear the creaking, and he chokes him, and he goes through the fucking mesh. Not planned. It's been documented that was not planned, and it was a pure accident, and he still survived. The willingness that he will put his life on the line to put over him and the guy who's wrestling with shows you right there why Mankind, that's the best match. Now, you could have picked also, which would have been a good one, you could have picked Vader in WCW, and you probably could have picked that Sting match, which I really would have respected you for, because it wasn't for the belt. It was just for blood and guts.
Here's my comeback to that. Yeah, I wanted to express that there were wrestling matches where Cactus Jack got the chance to actually wrestle. And you can actually see that he can wrestle, and he wasn't just a brawler, he wasn't just a brute, he wasn't just a hardcore guy. That's why I picked the Triple H match, because you can't have Cactus Jack just wrestling. That doesn't fit the persona. That doesn't fit what he came up on. That doesn't fit everything that Cactus Jack is. That doesn't fit the Bang Bang guy. So I picked a match that did both. It allowed him to show his wrestling skills, but still allowed him to stay true to the Cactus Jack hardcore character at the same time. And that's where I went with the Triple H hardcore match, because there was hardcore elements, it was brutal, and it was all of those things that make Cactus Jack, but it also allowed Cactus Jack to demonstrate his wrestling skills too at the same time.
Now,
so how long was that
match? How long was that match? I have a question for you, Tyrone. Do you have that info, how long that match was?
No, I don't have the info how long it was. Oh. But you can't have long Hell in a Cell matches. They're too brutal to be long.
I mean, well, I beg to differ, because the Hell in the Cell in 1998 was 17 minutes and 10 seconds of pure carnage.
Undertaker.
Yes.
That match had a tremendous amount of downtime. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, I told you I was going to come up with some stats. All right, I said I'm going for endurance too.
How much downtime? Come with the stats. How much downtime did that match have?
I'm going to take 15 minutes and 10 seconds of downtime. I might say 10 minutes of downtime, 2.5 minutes each time Mick climbed the cage.
So that's just what I'm saying. So what was the actual wrestling? 7 minutes maybe?
A lot of laying down.
Right? How long did Mick Foley lay down after he got thrown off the cage?
Which we don't know. We'll have to get those stats for our next debate when we do
That's
this.
what I'm saying, bro.
When we do Mankind versus Cactus Jack debate 2.0 later on.
If you really had a 17-minute fucking Hell in a Cell match, somebody would die. 17 real minutes of Hell in a Cell, somebody might die, bro.
But you also got to say, I could have used the snooker. All right, the homage to snooker. That would have been a good one. I think next time we should do this, we should cancel these 2 matches and go with different ones because I like this debate. I like this debate a lot. This is a lot of fun.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Ahead,
now, are you going to give me a point for the best match? Because I gave you a point on Cactus Jack. But at the end of the day, the comments and everybody else are going to decide because we're going to let the people speak on this.
Listen. I already knew the match he was going to pick, and I already kind of was going to concede it because the match itself is not a great match for real. But the impact of the match, the memories of the match, the status of that match above everything else, I can give it to you. All the images, everybody that talks about Mick Foley brings up that match. Every legacy of Hell in a Cell brings up that match. And a lot of people refer to that as the greatest Hell in a Cell match ever, even though I think both of his matches with Triple H were better than that one. But for what the fans see and the legacy and all that stuff, I'll give you that point. I'll concede that match to you.
Now, here's another thought that has nothing to do with our personalities. But what about that Dude Love Stone Cold match with Vince McMahon as the ref and the Undertaker? It kind of kicks off the Attitude Era.
Don't ever bring up a Dude Love when we talk about Mick Foley, dude. Just don't do it. It's not.
It's a great match.
It's so what? Who cares? I don't want to participate in any Dude Love talk at all. I didn't even want to bring his name up. Okay, I didn't even want to mention that. I don't even know why that even occurred. Dude Love came from the fact that Vince or whoever came up with the gimmick to throw Mankind in the three different. In the Royal Rumble 3 separate times. So they were
okay. Good that you brought that up. Because who avenges Cactus Jack in that Royal Rumble? Mankind. He comes in and throws Chainsaw Charlie out.
Come on. That don't even make him a better character.
But he's better. He out wrestles, you know what I mean? Cactus Jack got beat by him.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
The only reason why we really learned about Dude Love in the WWE is because they wanted to do that whole Royal Rumble thing and bring Dude Love out there. And then it's like, okay, we introduced Dude Love, so now we got to throw him in some matches, have a little fun with him. That's all that was.
Oh, yeah, it's just, you got to throw that out there. It's a fun little. I wish it was Mankind versus Stone Cold. That would have been better with Vince as the ref. And then the Undertaker comes in. You know what I mean? That would have made it so much better. Or if that was a Cactus Jack match, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Now that would have been a match that I would have loved to see. Cactus Jack versus Stone Cold.
Not your beloved Mankind?
No, Cactus Jack and Stone Cold. That would have been
Have a nice day. That was a bad catchphrase. Have a nice day. That was bad.
What do you mean? All right. So, okay. I threw the volley to you with the best match. So, all right. So I got best match. You got best personality. Now, this is where the spade comes in because I've been holding it. We picked tag team partners because that's going to be the deciding vote. Do I just come out and say it, or do you want to say it?
No, go ahead.
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to let my co-host say it.
Oh, God.
The best tag team partner of all time is Mankind and The Rock.
Sacco is only saying that because he was a part of that situation. Okay, like shut the fuck up. You're only saying that because you was part of it. They even let your name be in the title, The Rock and Sock. They didn't even call it Rock and Mankind. Mankind was even brought up. You would have started that show, Mr. Sacco. You would have started that tag team.
Yeah, but you know what? Who's my master?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it feel spending most of your life next to somebody's balls?
Oh, I imagine it stinks, dude. It's funny you say that because I seen Triple H talking the other day, one of those like short clips, and he's actually talking about Mick Foley and how they would travel together, and Mick would just carry his clothes around, like didn't even have like a suitcase, would just carry balls of clothes, and to save money, he would cash the plane ticket and just drive fucking 30 hours to the next show when they had plane tickets. That guy is fucking crazy. This actually makes me want to actually get one of those signed socks. I want to get a signed Mr. Sacco now.
Did he ever wash those sweatpants he wrestled in? I don't think they ever seen a washing machine.
Oh no, dude! Like that's what you're saying. Like he was really dirty. Like he was a dirty guy. Like personally, you know what I mean? Like, like that. God bless him. I want to meet him just to see if he stinks.
But anyway, so that's what you're going with, the Rock and Sock connection, right?
Yeah. Yes, we got Rock and Sock connection. We got Sacco. Okay.
Rock and Sock Connection won the WWE Tag Team titles 3 times. That's more than he won with anybody else. He won twice with Kane. He won 3 times with the Rock and Sock. I think he won 1 time with Stone Cold. But guess what? He won the WWE Tag Team Championship 1 time with Chainsaw Charlie. Okay? Chainsaw Charlie was the old ass Terry Funk. Now, come on now. Him and old ass Terry Funk won the WWE Tag Team Championship. That's way better than him winning them with The Rock. The Rock was a superstar. The Rock was a megastar. The Rock was World Heavyweight Champion before. The Rock was up here. Terry Funk was in his late 50s down here and still was good enough with Cactus Jack to win the Tag Team Championship. Of course, he was going to win it with Stone Cold. Stone Cold was a star. Of course, he was going to win it with The Rock. The Rock was a star. But for him to win it with Chainsaw Charlie, that's another level, bro. That's another level.
Now that is a good sentiment right there. All right, I love that. Just based on the history there, those guys traveled from Japan. Those guys had aspirations that they never even dreamed of. They would have got so big when that happened. They were, you know what I mean? Like they started out at the bottom of the barrel together. And for them to be able to come and still do that so many years later, it's true friendship. It's that's a great homage. But it's just the fact the Rock and Sock connection is pure comical. We all know that. It was just a good gimmick. The matches and all that shit didn't really matter. It was just so quirky and so funny. It was the comedic value in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what makes tag teams work? But what makes tag teams work? Remember, when WWE started, we had tag teams. We had the Hart Foundation. We had the Killer Bees. We had the Rougeau brothers. We had the British Bulldogs. We had tag teams that worked together as tag teams, cohesive. Okay, we had we still got like guys like the New Day and guys like the Usos and guys that were tag teams that were cohesive, that won a lot of tag team championships. Okay, and then WWE started this thing where they just was like, hey, let's just throw 2 stars together.
Yeah.
And win tag team matches. And that's what the Rock and Sock was. There was no cohesion there. Like you said, it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
And it worked because the fans liked it and they ran with it. Whereas him and Terry Funk came up together. They were tag teams for a long time. Him and Chainsaw Charlie were a real legit tag team. They weren't something just thrown together. They were cohesive. They worked together. They were a legit tag team. Rock and Sock Connection was a gimmick, bro. It was a ploy.
Listen, you're not wrong. And that's why we're going to let the people decide on the final one. All right. Are they going to go nostalgia or are they going to go with the glamour? And, you know, I hate to influence one more time with my co-host here. Yeah, I think he just wants to say, if everybody knows what I got to do the Sacco voice. I can't do it in my normal. If everybody knows what's right, they're going to vote for Rock and Sock Connection. Have a nice day.
Oh my God.
All right, Sock. You have a nice day too. Thank God I had an extra sock. I always lose socks. There's always this.
I want to argue that him and Stone Cold's tag team was a better fit than him and The Rock. Because Stone Cold can get hardcore. The Rock was flashy. The Rock was like a superstar, flashy mic guy.
I like Kane too. I do like Kane.
I can't go with Kane.
Just on the Paul Bear, Kane, Undertaker brother thing. We go back to that. You know what I mean? I like that connection.
We already got a vote for it. Nostalgia. Thank you there, Chris. Chris already voted for nostalgia. And he's the only vote so far, so I'm one up on you.
How many views have we had?
And now my trading ass brother is going to say Rock and Sock Connection. He said it's Rock and Sock for him. My own brother, Turncoat.
The white brother?
No, not the white one, the black one. That makes it even worse. The Jackal. No loyalty, bro. It's like no. I'm not hating on my brother because the one thing I do like to tell him, like, we're brothers because he's honest and he can speak his mind and be factual. And so I'm not mad at him for feeling the Rock and Sock Connection was better. I'm not mad at that.
No, you can't fault
that.
We
had up to 7. We had up to 7 people in here at one time. We had up to 7. We ain't got 7 now, but still. Hey, Warren Brown. Yo, Warren Brown's in here. He said 454. He commented.
Hey, 454. Yes.
Was you 454? You were, weren't you?
I was. I believe when I first got in, I was 454 for about a week. And then they gave us the old switcheroonie. And then we didn't know who we were. Now,
I didn't know who we weren't either. Yo, what's funny?
Right now we're 474. Next year will be 494. I don't know.
You know what's funny though? When I was filling out, like, going to new jobs and stuff like that, and it would say, like, what's your local number? For a long time, I didn't know it. A long time, I was just like, what are we, 179? What are we?
We're 179. I don't know. It's whatever. Hopefully it sticks around.
And then they had some 255 shit going on. I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, then we had those Jersey guys.
Yeah, I was like, who?
We had a Jersey Pirates Hall. Now we're all, Oh, well. What are you going to do?
So I guess right now we're tied. More shit will come in later, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, we're going to let this sit. We're going to let the people decide. Tyrone, we did 30 minutes. All right, we did. I think we had a phenomenal podcast. I really actually enjoyed this.
Yeah, I always enjoy debating because I'm the champ. And
you're not the champ. You're not. All right,
I'm the champ.
You want me to get Sacco back over here and he'll tell you the champ.
No, Sacco was basically a cheat. I didn't have no. You know what? Hold on.
Hold on.
I got something for you since you want to cheat here. I got my producer, and it's the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, God.
And I'm here to tell you right now that I challenge Mr. Sacco to a match. Anytime, any place. Oh, yeah. How about that? Now I got the better guess because we ain't going to argue that Macho Man is better than Mr. Sacco.
No, mine's better because I made it and I put thought into it. Yesterday about prop comedy. I told you. I gave you the leeway.
Here you go.
You
always finding loopholes, bro. You always finding fucking loopholes.
That's life. You gotta find some fun in it.
Yeah, you didn't know I had Macho Man back here, did you?
No, I know you and Macho Man are over there doing nose nachos.
Greatest intercontinental champion ever, best mid card wrestler.
You're gonna snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah.
You sleeping on the couch tonight?
Hey yo. Talk about my business. But anyway,
listen, I'm gonna have a drink with you. All right.
Oh yeah, I got something left. Then you're nasty. You're nasty, okay? Okay, that's disgusting. Okay, I know I'm drinking early too, but not out the bottle, bro. Like that's outrageous.
You gotta go green. You know what I mean. You gotta save water. You gotta save soap. You know what I mean. You gotta conserve. I can't even have the lights on. I shut the lights.
Money you got? You talk about saving some dish detergent?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Look, gotta live like Mick Foley. Trade them plane tickets in, wash a little less.
And you know what was funny though? When they did the Mick Foley, when he did his reality show with his wife and his kids and all that, I watched it, like Foley Knows Best or whatever it was called. I watched that show, and no, it was called Holy Foley or something like that. The Mick Foley reality show.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I watched a lot of it, and to see him at home, dude, is insane because it was like, I'm thinking of like Mankind. I'm thinking of like Cactus Jack. I'm even thinking of like the funny Mick Foley, whatever. But him at home, dude, he's just like like Santa Claus or something.
A normal person.
Happy, like jolly, dirty guy.
Yeah.
With a wife that's been there forever and with kids that just are, they're not even in awe of him. They're just like, that's just our dad, you know?
Dude, could you imagine what he fucking feels like every morning when he wakes up with the pain?
My brother said, what y'all drinking? You already know what I'm drinking, tequila.
Oh, yeah, you're drinking
I'm drinking 1800.
I'm drinking Blanton's.
He's drinking Blanton, so yeah, there you go. That's what we drink.
Yeah,
bro, he don't share. Oh, he said you he said you're drinking out the bottle and letting me know that you don't share.
There's only a little bit left.
I mean,
I got other bottles, you know what I mean? Like I got bottles.
Man, when it comes to liquor, I don't care if you drink out that bottle, bro. If I want some, I'm still gonna get some.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that lady at Rural Farms. You just gotta step in line and take it.
And take the chicken.
I mean? Yo, I never got punked like that. That lady walked up bro, for some chicken. God damn, man. Holy shit. The KFC, you know what I mean? Makes them go crazy.
KFC killing fucking cussing. That's what KFC stands for me. That's what I like.
All right, listen, I gotta go get my daughter off the bus. I'll have one more drink. Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, like I said, Mick Foley was great. His time in wrestling was great, and I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed Cactus Jack. I enjoyed Mankind. I enjoyed when he was just Mick Foley with the flannel. Yes. What I didn't enjoy was Dude Love. Didn't I? But no part of that.
All right. Listen, Tyrone, this was a real pleasure, all right?
All right, man. I'll see you around.
We're going to let the fucking people decide in the comments.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to let you know you lost. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no. The people vote. And I'm going to go on there and vote for myself. Don't worry. All right. And I suggest you do the same.
I knew you were going to try to cheat again. Counts. I knew you were going to try to cheat again.
You know what I mean? Fuck, if I was running for president, I'd vote for myself. I'd go to the ballot box. All right. Hey, get out there and vote on November 4th or November 2nd, whatever fuck day it is.
Yeah.
All right, Tyrone. Have a great day.
All right. I'll holler at you.
All right. Peace.
Okay, so my guest has left the building, but I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet because I made a podcast with my other brother about the Undertaker being overrated, and I have some valid points. And people are still coming at my throat about it. And I knew he was going to pick that Undertaker match. I knew that he was going to pick that Undertaker Hell in the Cell because everybody wants to pick that Undertaker Hell in the Cell because it's the Undertaker and all that. I knew he was going with that. But look. I made my point about the Undertaker being overrated, and another point came up in this match that I didn't make, and so I want to make that point right now, okay? Because like I said before, when The Rock became The Rock, when The Rock was done with that Rocky Maivia, when The Rock left the We Are the Nation of Domination, and he became The Rock as we know him today, he stayed that way. Once he became the If You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking, he kept cooking, and we kept smelling it, right? The Rock didn't have to change. He didn't have to alter himself. He didn't have to become nobody different, okay? Mankind had to become somebody different. He had to take off that brown shit. He had to take off that mask. He had to put that white dirty shirt on and that tie. He had to get a Mr. Sacco prop. He had to do all these things to become somebody different because he got stale, okay? When one Stone Cold said, and Austin 3:16 said, I just kicked your ass, he stayed that way. He stayed that way. He stayed Stone Cold Steve Austin. He didn't revert back to Stunning Steve. He didn't try to grow no hair back. He didn't try to do anything to become a technical referee himself. No. Once John Cena did the World Life and became that hustle, respect, whatever he became, John Cena stayed that way. Dun, 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 dun. He didn't have to do nothing else. Didn't have to alter himself. Brock Lesnar lost Paul Heyman, And he put on a cowboy hat, but he didn't become nothing different. We didn't know what Brock was, but Brock put on a cowboy hat and started talking. He lost Paul Heyman. He had to talk. But Brock Lesnar still stayed that beast. He still stayed that dong. Okay? So when you can be a character, become that character, and maintain that character throughout your career and don't have to change and not get stale, yeah. Undertaker didn't do that. Undertaker had to change like 3 times. He was Undertaker, the original Undertaker. Then he was the Ministry of Darkness. Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. That way when he had that weird beard. Remember he had that weird beard cut off thing? He had this, she shaved right here and the beard was weird. And he was the Ministry of Darkness. He was like, he brought the group, the Brood and all them people in and did all that. He saved Mabel's career, turned him into Viscera and all that. Yeah. Then he had to become the American Badass. Undertaker had to reinvent his character twice. Okay? Twice. Because he got stale. Because that it didn't work. And yeah, it came back. It came back and he made it at the end. He came back, but he didn't maintain that. Okay? And that's my argument against Mankind. Mankind wasn't sustainable. Mankind had to change. He had to alter himself. He had to become a different character. Whereas Cactus Jack would have lasted forever. If Cactus Jack would have came into the WWE as Cactus Jack, he would have been Cactus Jack the whole fucking time. That's the difference. And that's where I won that part. But for all you people that's still in here, anybody that feels the vote, and the vote ain't for Cactus Jack versus Mankind, I already won that. The vote ain't for the best match. I conceded it. I gave it to y'all, Underfaker. I gave it to y'all. I gave it to the people who like the Underfaker in that match. You know what I'm saying? I gave it to y'all. Okay, cool. I conceded that one. The tiebreaker is going to be whether or not Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie were the better tag team than the Rock and Sock connection. Okay, and I'm going to put this disclaimer out there. Y'all have to disregard Mr. Sacco. Okay, Mr. Sacco was not on my guest list. He was not on the slate to be on this show. That was a sneak attack. It was underhanded. It was down and dirty. I did not appreciate that at all. And I'm standing on the fact that was a cheat. But I'm glad that I had my producer in the back. I'm glad I had Macho Man to come out and have my back on that. And like I said, anytime, Mr. Sacco, you want a piece of the Macho Man, he's right here. He's ready. He's waiting. Because, yeah, you didn't think I had backup, did you? But on that note, I don't have any sponsors today. Nobody actually asked me to give them any shout-outs or any sponsors. So I'm just shout out all the people I know. My cousin Latia, she cooked. I gave y'all her information before on one of these podcasts, but she got some catering. I think it's called Latia's Catering, but she's on Facebook or whatever like that. My other cousin has the Pearls, Little Pearls daycares. Just type in Little Pearls daycares. They all over the city. My cousin got that going on. I'm always trying to get a sponsor from these motherfuckers right here. I don't care. I mean, 1800 is the tequila of champions, and I'm the champ, and I drink it. So when y'all see me, y'all see